Welcome back to Nightcap. Our first guests tonight are Sean Flynn and James Duval from the movie Numb, so let's welcome them out. How are you guys?
How's it going?
Good.
Hi, how are you doing?
Go ahead and have a seat on the couch.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hi,
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So, how's it going?
Good.
My question for you guys, first off, did you do anything last week for Halloween? Did you trick-or-treat on the right night? Did you trick-or-treat at all?
I made script notes and I stayed home and read, and I think I watched Indiana Jones. I think that was my Halloween. Yeah, I was excited.
I took advantage of all 5 nights before the 31st. Every night.
Let's talk about Numb. What was it like to take on this project? Did you know what you're getting yourself into?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I wrote it, and so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. That makes it a little easier.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely was going to, but I didn't exactly expect it to turn out the way it did, and you know, we had a lot of amazing people work on it. We had Cisco Adler, who did the music, and he was on a VH1 show called Rock Life. You know, Cisco Adler. He's an amazing musician, and he did the whole score for it. And we had Will and Ozzie Smith that shot the film. He's part of the ASC. You know, he won an Emmy and ASC award for cinematography, and it was like to go and work with those guys was, you know, really incredible. Plus, working with him is absolutely amazing. I mean, he's gonna come out in a little bit, but you know.
Well, James, what was it like working with Sean as a director?
Well, it was Sean's. He directed a few things, but it was his first kind of big thing. And I mean, for me, I don't like to pay attention to that as long as I just have a piece of work that I like. And when I stepped on the set, I think the amazing thing was I couldn't tell that Sean was new to this. He was very comfortable, and I think it's very important for actors, you know, that you have a director who's like a captain of a ship. He needs to know where the ship's sailing, because the rest of us are just pulling the sails.
Did you guys have any obstacles throughout the film?
Yeah.
There were a couple.
Don't ask that.
Give us the dirt. Give us the dirt.
Well, I mean, you know, we shot what should have been, you know, a much bigger budget film for a lot less, and tried to, you know, keep the same, you know, quality of the film, which is difficult. So I mean, that definitely created an obstacle. Plus the long hours. I think we worked the last day.
Small amount of time for.
You know, we shot in 2 days. It was a 12-minute film. We shot in 2 days, and you know, and trying to get all the CGI work and trying to sync the sound properly before film festivals. I think that's definitely an obstacle. And you know, we had some. I think on set though, I think we went pretty smoothly. I mean, yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, there was a definite flow and a rhythm to the filming process, and that's always a good thing. Because you know it's moving along and it's going. It's when you're shooting and everything kind of stalls that you know you might be in trouble. We may not finish this.
Well, we have a clip from the film. Do you guys want to give us a little background before we show it?
Nah.
Just surprise.
Well, basically, Caleb, who's James Duval plays, is he's falling deeper and deeper into his subconscious, and you know, and he's suffering from heroin addiction, which is what the film's about. And you know, this is a part where he's learning more and more about what's going on, the demons in his head, and trying to confront them. So that's, you know, I think this is one of the, right before he really turns to hell.
All right. So what was your favorite part about making the film for both of you?
Finishing it. No, I mean, honestly, my favorite part was being able to work with Jimmy. I call him Jimmy. But I mean, you know, really being able to, you know, work with an actor that's worked with so many great directors, and you know, that was, you know, I tried not to think about that when we were working together, but just being able to work with him personally, and you know, really, you know, him responding to the direction, and us. I mean, we really hit it off, and we did another project after this too together. It was a music video, and you know, I love working with Jimmy, and that was, you know, and you know, Ozzie Smith too was also another amazing experience. But I think that's probably my favorite thing when I came off of this project.
Do you guys have any favorite scenes in the movie, in the film?
I like the whole thing.
Good
No,
answer.
I mean, when I came, I don't do shorts often. I do them, you know, but I usually work in features. And when I got this short, there was 2 things that struck me that you know, caught me right away that I knew I had to do this. And one was it was such a dark piece. The first thing I thought was, you know, this is crazy. This is actually a scary piece to me. Oh my God, that means I have to do it. And then and the other thing was that there was no dialogue. Really.
Yeah.
So you have a piece that's 12 minutes long without dialogue, that's very dark, and you have to go to a very dark place kind of to discover those emotions and feelings. And so the first thing I thought was like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go there. And I knew right away that that's exactly what I needed to do to face that. You know, I think that if you're afraid of something, you need to conquer it by going headlong into it. And as an actor and as an artist, I think that's the most important thing. And before I even met Sean, that's what he presented to me.
Did you know that it would be like that when you read the script? Were you like signed on as soon as you read it, or?
Yeah, I kind of called the guy. I called the producer back, a mutual friend of ours, and just said, you know, this is really kind of dark, and I don't usually. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah.
He did make me meet with him first, so you know, and that was one of the things that Cole Payne was the producer, was our mutual friend. You know,
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, he had me go and meet with him, and you know, and we had this conversation.
Well,
I was nervous as hell. I don't know if you noticed, but
No, no. Well, I mean, I think Sean handled himself great. He was, you know, it was a natural on the set, because when you're dealing with this kind of material, you do want to have a sense of the director and vice versa the actor, that we can communicate so we can go somewhere with the project. And I had no problem communicating with this gentleman here. So.
Well, this is
it was
kind
very easy.
of a random question, but I think all the ladies in the audience want to know: are you two single?
We're dating.
Well, not anymore, but.
Yeah, well, you know, in the words of the, you know, great Midge Hepburn, you know, I'm single, but I know a girl would be very upset if she heard me say that. So.
Wow. I hope she doesn't watch
I
Nightcap.
hope not. No. You know. It's early.
That is not the
we'll see what happens.
politically correct answer.
Yeah. No. I'm kind of seeing a girl right now, so we'll see what happens. But Jimmy has a.
I've got a
beautiful
girlfriend. I didn't say what he said, honey.
No.
I love you.
Okay, well that's
Jokes are
not all
never
the time
funny
we
with
have.
you
Where can we see the film next?
Oh, that's a good point.
South Bay
the
Film
film,
Festival?
South Bay Film Festival at the George Nakano Theater. It'll be
In
playing
Torrance?
in Torrance on the 15th of this month, which is Thursday, I believe. And you
Yes.
can get there at 7 o'clock. I think
It's
they said
free
admission's
admission?
free admission.
And I'm really good at free. It's what I do.
Exactly.
I'm good at it. So I don't know about you guys, but check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be playing again on television on the Tepesh Network. And I don't know the exact date then, but if you guys log into our MySpace, which is themovienumb.com, or if you go to ambiguousclothing.com, which is who funded the film and is actually our clothing sponsor, they will give all the information for when you can see it on television. So.
All right, thank you, Sean, James, so much for joining us.
Okay,
We'll be
thanks for
right
having
back
us.
after this commercial with Ralph Vincent.